Hello, how are you? Hope all is well. Another day, another show. Uh, yeah, there's been a lot of debate going on about about nepotism. I'm going to speak about it. Uh, you know, as a principle in my life, uh, I never refuse any friend of mine who calls me with a reference check for a to help their child, either with an internship or with a job or whatever it is. Uh, I don't ever in my life remember refusing anyone. Uh, just before COVID, uh, a friend of mine called me up and she said, my daughter wants to, I think she was a economic graduate. Uh, she told me that my daughter wants to start writing in films. So I called the little girl. She came home, had a cup of tea with me, and we spoke. And she was very keen that she wanted to be a writer. Uh, I had no opinion on it, but she had a dream. So I said, give it a shot. So I introduced her to a friend of mine uh, who was a writer then, a director now. Uh, and they both met. This was a couple of years back, maybe little before COVID. And I forgot about it. I completely forgot about it. And then she went on to do her internship with my friend. They both got along extremely well, from what I was told. And then a couple of months back, months back, or maybe a year back, this little girl sent me an invite for a premiere show. So I said, "Arey, the little child," and the director is her name. I'm not taking her name because I don't want to get into a unnecessary conversation. Correct? She shot a film. She shot a proper full-length film with a extremely famous and an extremely big Bollywood actress. It was a women-centric film. So I called her up. I said, "Areva, young child, this is superb." She says, "Yeah, uncle, I wrote for a couple of years with your friend, and then I realized that I can do something better. So I wrote a script. I approached this actress, and hats off to the big actress who agreed to act in my movie. And yeah, I ended up making a movie in 3 months. It was a fabulous movie. I saw it. She sent me the movie. I saw it. It was fabulous. Uh, the point I'm making here is extremely simple. Okay, there is a huge debate on nepotism. His father, my father, his uncle, my uncle. In India, we have this very famous saying that "Kisan ka bacha kisan rehna chahiye." A farmer's son or farmer's child has to be a farmer to till the land. So if farmers and an industrialist son by default becomes an industrialist, I don't understand why a 26 and 27-year-old becomes a director of a company when he's neither trained nor qualified to be that. But that's the way it is. Look at half the companies in India are they're all young, appointed, first generation. It's a different matter. Most of those companies shut down, but a very few survive. Uh, but yeah, look at Infosys, look at Reliance, look at any one of them. I mean, you just go on naming them. It is expected that the children will take over the company. Why? It's a listed company. But yeah, that's the nature of the beast. You can't help it. You can't help it. You can't change it. So the principle doesn't apply to the industrialist. Why does it apply to anyone else? And I find it really stupid because all your influence, all your network, all your respect, all your access will get you your first break. Like the little girl's example I gave you. I worked a lot with Abhishek Bachchan. He did a lot of work with me during my Lintas days on What an Idea Surgery. I think he's a fantastic actor. I think he's a superb actor. He did some fabulous work on Idea, the mobile brand. All of us loved it. The very famous campaign, What an Idea Surgery. Some of his films also are fantastic. Sarkar, Guru, uh, Bunty Bubbly. He also did a film with Rani Mukherjee, which was a fantastic film. The point I'm making is, and unfortunately, he keeps getting compared with his father. What can you do now? That father is like a barren tree. But as an isolated case, Abhishek, I think, is a success story. He's a great actor. Uh, I also think he's a great human being because I personally know him, so I can comment. Uh, but to just keep comparing him with his dad is so wrong. Uh, you have people who come uh, from outside the industry, and they make it big. Take a Shah Rukh Khan, take a Priyanka Chopra, take a Deepika Padukone. They have made it very, very big. Now, and there are enough and more actor children in the industry who are just not getting anywhere. They get their first break. The first break is a flop, and then the matter closes. You get your first break with all your influence. After that, nobody cares. Finally, you need audience in the theater. Finally, you need money to be made. Finally, you need things to work. If these things don't happen, nothing can work. I mean, Rohan Gavaskar, unfortunately, is always compared to his father. But Rohan Gavaskar on his own is a good cricketer. He's played Ranji Trophy, he's played first class, he's not played like his father. But that doesn't make him a lesser human being. My problem with a lot of these people is that the criticism they mount on the younger generation or the first generation is, I think, is very incorrect. And I think the word nepotism for me makes absolutely no sense. It is a stupid word. It has no logic. It has no gravitas. People who struggle use that word. People who don't struggle don't use that word. If Shah Rukh Khan's son does not become an actor, what will he become? If Amir Khan's son wants to be an actor, so what? Good for him, good for them. Finally, the audience will decide. Finally, the box office will decide whether Shah Rukh Khan's son can act or not. You know, I was watching a lot of videos of Irfan Khan's son. I think his name is Bibil Khan. That boy will make it big. That boy will really make it big. I just saw a couple of his clips. Irfan Khan's name will give him the starting point. After that, he has to deliver. And the way he's joining the dots, it looks like that boy is on a success story. And it will make a lot of us happy. Why will anyone be unhappy? If Tendulkar's son does well for India, why not? And if Tendulkar's son does not play for India, so be it. Yeah, what is wrong in it? He's tried, it hasn't worked, and he's got on with life. But to constantly put pressure that his father is there, he's got there because of his father, I think is very, very wrong. And I think a lot of us participate in these stupid conversations. And I just find it so downright wrong. I think every child deserves a break. Some people get it because they have access. Some people get it because they're lucky. Now, what can you do about it? Shah Rukh Khan got his first break because he was lucky. He did Jawan. I think it was a serial, not Jawan, Fauji. And he got into some films. So this is not a 0-1 argument. This is something that will evolve. And this is global. This is nothing to do with India. George Bush's son became the president of America. So what? That's the way it is. I just think as a civilized human being, we should let it be the way it is. Let people evolve. Let youngsters get their opportunities. Some make it big, some fail, some change course. I know a big film star's son who tried acting, hasn't worked, and now he's gone into full-time direction. And I'm sure he'll do well, which is good for him. He's tried something, he's got the access, but he's moved on. He's struggling to find the money to make his film, but that's the way it is. I'm sure he'll find it, and I'm sure he'll make a good film. So, my bit today is that instead of getting involved in all these bizarre conversations, I think each one of us who's got a little bit of uh, influence to help a kid, we should do it. Whether it is your friend's child, it is your neighbor's child, or whoever it is, you should always try and give the kid the break they want. It's a different matter. Sometimes you end up meeting stupid parents who complicate the child's life. Uh, but mostly, most parents are quite easy to deal with. And I go out of my way and help kids. Some parents like it, some parents don't like it. If they don't like it, I back off. But I try and help because I think that's the least we can do as people who walk the journey or travel the journey. So I think today's punchline, I would like each one of you who's watching this to try and help a child who will thank you for the rest of their lives. I've got enough of them who thank me. I'm just wanting each one of you to do the same. Yeah, my bit on nepotism, my bit on this absolutely stupid subject. Uh, yeah, go enjoy yourself. Have a lovely evening. And see you soon. Thank you very much. Bye.